So you're thinking about diving into Course Creator 360, but you're not sure if it quite lives up to the hype. Maybe you've heard about its all-in-one capabilities, but you're still wondering if it's the right fit for you. Or perhaps you've been using it for a while and you still can't wrap your head around all the features that it offers. In this video, I'm going to take you on a comprehensive tour of Course Creator 360, breaking down all its tools, or at least trying to. Whether you're a seasoned course creator or just starting out, I guarantee you'll discover something new that can elevate your course creation game. And if at any point you decide you're ready to jump in, check out the link below for a special offer where you'll get a free 30-day trial and a 90-minute bootcamp course to help you get started. All right, so starting with the upper left-hand corner, the first thing that you have is the switch between different sub-accounts. If you're only on the starter plan of Course Creator 360, then you won't have another option to switch between accounts. But if you're on the premium plan, you'll have 2 sub-accounts. And if you're on the elite plan, you'll have 5 sub-accounts. So if you click on right over here, you can see that I can toggle between 2 different sub-accounts just because I'm on the premium plan. And I've gotten help from Course Creator 360 as far as connecting both my website domains to Course Creator 360. Now moving on to the search function, I don't really use this all too often. I mean, you can use it to search within your contacts. Like right over here, this is a dummy email that I've used to sign up for my own Course Creator 360 website, but you can use it to search through contacts, opportunities, and payments. So the search function is mainly used for searching your contacts. It's not like you're going to search for marketing right over here and then you can click on marketing. That's not really how it works. It's more so used for searching through your contacts or anyone who's opted into your website. But I'll be honest, I don't really use this all too much unless you're looking for a particular client or you really do keep track of your clients. Now with the dashboard, this is what it looks like. Now, if this looks confusing for you, if you don't know what opportunity is, it's likely because you don't really have any use for it. And so what I mean by that is if you tend to work with a lot of clients where you have to nurture them and you try to keep up with them, this opportunity dashboard is going to become very useful for you. But if you're only selling online courses where people either buy or don't buy and your nurture sequence is pretty automated, then this opportunity dashboard probably isn't going to be used by you as much. So with the opportunity dashboard, it basically shows you how many leads can still be converted so that you can generate the estimated amount of revenue. So with that, if you go into my opportunities example right over here, you can see that I have one lead here where the opportunity value is $1,000 and right now they're under nurture initial outreach. So this works as a board where you can drag them between different columns, okay? And you basically just have an idea of how much a certain lead is and where they are, where you need to actually follow up with them. So let's say, for example, that this individual here responded to a phone call and has called back. That would be a hot lead, and the opportunity value there is 1,000 just because you're trying to convert them into purchasing your $1,000 membership program or course. So I'll be honest that I don't really use this as much just because I don't really do a good job of following up with my leads as closely. Right now, all I have is automations and marketing set up and they either buy or don't buy. But for more advanced individuals who can really keep track of leads, who have a team that can actually follow up with leads, this really does become useful. Now moving on to the dashboard, if you scroll down, you have the funnel right over here. You have the stage distribution. So again, this is still related to the opportunities tab that you see right over here. Here we have tasks, you have manual actions, you have lead source report, where your opportunities mostly come from. So this is usually coming from lead capture forms, native forms, maybe social media or manual ads. You have a Google Analytics report right over here. You have a Google Business Profile, you have Facebook Ads report, and you also have a Google Ads report as well. So I'd say for the majority of people where you don't run ads, you don't have a Google Business Profile, you probably won't be using this dashboard as much. And I'll show you which dashboard you'll probably be using the most if you're just selling online courses. Now moving on to the tab of conversations, this is one of my favorite features of Course Creator 360 where they congregate all your conversations in one place. So if you click on all, you basically have all your conversations through email, through Facebook, through Instagram, through chat widget system. All your conversations can appear right over here and you can actually filter it based on the message channel. So you have an email, SMS, live chat, WhatsApp, Facebook, calls, voicemail, and Instagram channel. So they have a lot of quick filters right over here. Now for manual actions, I don't use this too much when it comes to manual actions for conversations. You have a snippets tab right over here where you can basically quickly insert predefined content into messages faster for consistent communication. So think of these as like quick replies. If someone keeps asking the same question, you could basically create a snippet, add a text snippet, and with that you can enter the name, the snippet's body, and add a file, and also test the snippet as well. Now trigger links, I don't use this all too often for trigger links, but what it basically does is it allows you to put links inside SMS messages and emails, which allows you to track specific customer actions and events based on when the link was clicked. So I'd say this is mostly for SMS, I believe. I don't really use this function all too much, but even so, moving on from conversations, the one that I do use the most is this global conversations tab. And with each of these contacts, you could actually assign them, looking on the right side here. So let me actually close my window. You could actually assign these to certain team members if you want them to follow up with this individual. You can turn DND off. You could actually add tags to different contacts as well that you see over here. You can put them on automations as well. And you can see their email, their phone number. So the right-hand side is just going to give you a lot of information when it comes to a lot of information in regards to your contact. Now, moving on to calendars. So with Course Creator 360, you can add different users and admins, which I'll show you how to do later on in the video. But you can see that I'm looking at the calendar just for myself. And I have one meeting next Wednesday, but it's a two-way sync also, meaning that if you have an appointment scheduled on Course Creator 360, it's actually going to schedule it on your personal calendar as well, whether it's on Microsoft, Google, or Apple. So you can see here, you could also toggle between your team members' calendars as well. If they tend to have appointments scheduled, you can go ahead and click on appointments. And this is going to show you all your upcoming appointments. This is going to show you all your canceled appointments. And then this is going to show you all your appointments all together. And you can create smart lists based on different, which is basically like a filter system for your appointments. So if I click on smart lists and then click on advanced filters, you can filter, you could basically make a list based on different statuses, when they were added, where their appointment time is. So you can go really advanced as far as filtering appointments go, but I don't really use smart lists as much just because I just get a good idea when it comes to upcoming appointments and canceled appointments. Now moving on to contacts. Here you have a master list of contacts. And so I do use smart lists here. And the way I have it set up is that right on top here are basically my smart lists. Okay, so I have ones that I've already signed up for my course. I have ones that I've signed up only through Instagram. I have a master smart list which shows all my email contacts except those who have purchased the course. I have a smart list based on activity level, meaning who has interacted with my website, email, or some sort of communication and is not a YSS member, and also has a 4 email score. Okay, email score I'll be going over within a future video. And then I also have a master list of all email contacts, which also includes my course members. Now with these, you could actually add a contact manually. You can do a pipeline change. You can add them all to an automation. You can send them all in a text. You can send them all in email. You can add contacts to tags. You can select contacts to remove tags. You can delete contacts. You can send review requests. I don't really use send review requests as much. You can import and export all your contacts. You can add or edit to a company. You can bulk add them to WhatsApp. And you can merge up to 10 contacts. So with that, with the bulk actions, this is basically a history of all the bulk actions that you've taken. So this year I haven't done really any bulk actions. I mean, if we check for last year, I've made a few bulk actions, mostly with exporting contacts. With restore, I don't use the restore tab as much. Maybe you've deleted a contact and you want to add them back in with this blurred out information that you see right over here. Tasks, you can add tasks as like a to-do list simply, but I don't really use tasks. I use another app as my to-do list, but I don't really use Course Creator 360 for that. And then you also have manage smart lists. So these are the smart lists that I've created, and you can drag and drop them. You can copy the smart list, you can share the smart list, and you can delete the smart list as well. Now, because smart lists are extremely useful, the way to create a smart list is that you simply just go ahead and set up a filter. So let's say that we want the filter to be, we'll set this to last year. Let's say that we want the filter to be from last year to today, and then click on accept. So now we have a filter created. The way to set up a smart list is that you'll simply just click on this more filter option again once you've already applied your filters, and then click on save as smart list. So once you are signed up for Course Creator 360, using smart lists is going to be very, very useful for you when it comes to segregating different contacts. Right now, I have my emails blurred out. With segregating contacts, you don't just want people who bought and people who didn't buy. You really want to keep up with them when it comes to, you really want to know which contacts are interacting with you a lot more compared to others who are like very cold contacts, which is why I have something called like an email score that is actually integrated with Course Creator 360. So with the email score, if someone opens up your email, that might be 1 point. If they actually click on a button on your email, that might be 2 points. And so by interacting with you, people start to build these email scores or these scores where you can actually go ahead and segregate your contacts based on email score. So right now, just because my website isn't active, there's no contacts with a 4+ email score. But with email scoring, Course Creator 360 already has that set up in automations, which I'll show you once we get there. Now, moving on to opportunities. This is basically like that Kanban board where if you follow up with leads very closely, you can move them towards the sequence of where they are at in terms of your funnel. So you can see here, you could have different pipelines for different stages. And then to edit this opportunity board, let's say that you don't want to have a hot responded column. You could actually go ahead and click on pipelines, and then that was the acquisition opportunity pipeline. So you can click on this edit button, and then you can edit your Kanban board wherever you want. Maybe you don't want this to show, maybe you want to delete this one here. Now with bulk actions, this is more useful when it comes to actually having users within your Kanban board, and maybe you want to move everyone to a certain stage in your pipeline, or maybe you want to just remove everyone altogether. But with opportunities go, like I mentioned earlier, if you only just plan on selling courses simply and you don't want to do such close follow-ups, you don't have a team to follow up with all these leads, you likely won't be using this. But for bigger businesses who are doing very close follows on leads and capturing leads, this is going to become a lot more useful. Now moving on to payments, you can set up and send invoices with Course Creator 360. You could also set up recurring invoices. You can see the template invoices that they already have. And you can also set up estimates as well. Here you have a history of all the invoice transactions that you've sent, the statuses of whether they're paid or not paid. You can see their names, issue date, and the amount. Moving on to that, you could also see documents on contracts. So if you want people to sign contracts before you start working with them, Course Creator 360 actually has that feature as well. So if you click on new, you can create a document, you can upload existing documents, so only PDF files are supported, or you can import from their template library. So this is going to become particularly useful for sending proposals, or for sending agreements, or for sending contracts as well. Now moving on to orders, you can track all your orders in a single place, which is this right over here. And Course Creator 360 allows you to track it in other areas of Course Creator 360 as well. But here you can see all the orders that have been made on your account. Here you can see all your order submissions in a single place. Okay, you can see ones that are completed, you can see ones that are pending. With subscriptions, you can see individuals who are signed up for a subscription created via order forms. You can see a lot of people have canceled subscriptions here, and you can see the amount in which they're subscribed for as well. Now moving on to payment links. I don't regularly recommend using payment links. Like this is used to send someone a direct payment link if you want them to pay outside of your funnel. I don't use this at all, but you do have the option if you want to send someone a direct payment link like what you see over here. So here you would select the product. You can have options here, allow coupon codes, let customers adjust the quantities, call to action, branding, add terms and conditions, automatic deactivation, and then you can click on save. You can send it to the individual who you want to make a direct payment. Now moving on to transactions, you can track customer payments in a single place. So this is anything, okay? Any orders, any recurring subscriptions, any one-on-one coaching calls signed up via paid on your calendars. You can do that and see that within transactions. Now products is a very important page. So to access it, payments, products, these are going to be all your products that you're going to be connecting to your funnels, okay, on your order pages. So with products, you can set it up as services, you can set it up as physical products, you can set it up as digital products, or in most cases for everyone watching this, you're probably going to set it up as your course product. So within a product, if we click on my example product right over here, you can see the title, you can add the description, you can add a cover image as well. You can input a tax code, you can attach tax rates. Then here is where you can set different pricing structures for your product. So you can set up a full price, 25% off, a half price, increased price. You can set up a payment plan price as well. So with that, You could also see this additional information where it's actually integrated with PayPal or Stripe. So with products, very important page to understand, and as well as set up the pricing structures in order to get people to either do a recurring plan, a one-time payment plan, or even like a 2-time or 4-time payment plan as well. So in order to add that other price, you can click on add other price. We'll type here the YouTube success system, and we'll say 5x payment plan. So here is the type of payment plan that you can set up. One-time recurring, we'll say $50. And the number of payments that we want, this is a 5-time payment plan, is 5. So this is just an example setup here. Now, you can also structure it in a way that maybe you have a setup fee. Maybe you want to give them a trial period to try out the product first as well before you start charging them also. But with products though, let's go back. You also have a collections tab right over here. So with the collections, you can arrange your products in different collections. So let's say that you want to group all your courses in all in one. You can use that by creating a collection. So we can say here, course collection, and then click on add. And then when you click in here, so now that we have a collection here, if you go back into products, you can click on one of your products. Oh, I guess not. Now with collections, you can arrange your products in different collections. I don't really use this all too much. And I'll be honest, I don't really know anyone who uses this also. But moving on from products, we have inventory. So this is more so for physical products. If you want to have inventory, you can add their SKUs, the available quantity, and also continue selling it if it's out of stock. Next, we have reviews. So here you can see and manage store reviews and ratings in one place. I don't really ask for reviews when it comes to my online course. So this is right here is pretty empty. And then we have coupons. So coupons I use quite often. So you can see all my expired coupons. So coupons I use quite often. So in order to create a coupon, you can click on create, enter the coupon name, coupon code, the type, start date, end date, start time, and end time. You could also limit the total number of times the coupon can be redeemed, limit this coupon to certain products or offers, and also limit the coupon for one per customer. So that's a really neat setting to use when it comes to strategizing how to market your course. Here you can get receipts, so enable automatic receipts for payments. You can set up taxes. You can change the from name, the from email, the subject. So this is basically setting up your receipts setting on this tab right over here. For taxes, you can include taxes when it comes to people buying your products. Notifications. So with notifications, you can send an abandoned cart notification if they check out before they buy the items in their cart. So right now this is set to default, and you can send it after a desired time, 9, 10, 11 hours. You could also send order confirmation emails for stores. So send your customers an order confirmation email, using which they can access and view their past orders as well. Now for shipping and delivery, I'd say for most people, you're not really going to be using this just because we'll probably be doing or selling online courses. So shipping, delivery, and origin, I don't really use all too much at all. As far as managing failed payment subscriptions, okay, this is the reason why I don't really recommend that you sell your course on a subscription plan, just because people tend to cancel. So you can configure the steps to manage failed payments for subscriptions until they succeed. So retrying after 1 day after the previous attempt. If all retries for a payment fail, cancel the subscription. So the subscription status to be updated in case of all retries, meaning that if someone buys your course and you can't charge their card, you could actually cancel their subscription. Okay. Now integrations. So with Course Creator 360, they have a lot of different payment providers. The two that I recommend you use is Stripe and PayPal, but they have other ones here too as well. So Authorize.net, NMI, manual payment methods, and also Square. At the time of the recording of this video, they might have added even more payment methods, but I'd say Stripe and PayPal should usually encompass the majority of people for accepting payment. So you do need to make sure that you set this up in order to be paid via Stripe or PayPal. Now moving on to the marketing section. So here we have a social planner where you could actually go ahead and post content on your Instagram. Now carousels work just fine, but I'd say the reels are a bit clunky when it comes to, it's not Course Creator 360's fault. Any social planner usually has trouble when it comes to posting reels. So you can see here your content. You could also see your statistics here. Account, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So any linked social accounts, you can see the statistics here. Emails. So with emails, you have a campaigns tab and templates tab. So with campaigns, you're going to see a campaigns template, which is basically folders of emails that you've sent previously or ones that are templates for you to work with. Here we have our workflow campaigns. So these are ones that are currently live on my website. So these actually came from templates that Course Creator 360 provided. So for example, my YSS main email nurture sequence comes from the main email nurture sequence that's used on Course Creator 360 and Full-Time Filmmaker. Now with that, you can check out their templates under email marketing as well. So they have a bunch of different email templates that you can use for your website. So I really don't recommend that you start these emails from scratch. Just go ahead and use one of the templates and then edit it to your liking. That's exactly what I did. So I just changed the branding, changed my product, and changed my name. But here you have an email nurture sequence template, flash sales, the Full-Time Filmmaker, which is the course that they sold millions for. They have that email nurture sequence, giveaways, low ticket offers, Black Friday campaigns. They have all sorts of email templates which are included with your membership. Now, as far as email marketing statistics, you basically get a conversion summary based on your campaign. So the revenue generated, the order rate, and the total number of orders that have been made from a certain campaign. Now, moving on to automation. So automations are basically where it sometimes gets a bit complicated. But with automations, again, you're provided templates in order to get started. I don't recommend that you start your own automations from scratch, but Course Creator 360 has it set up where you're probably going to have 7 main automations, okay? You're going to have paying members, leads and prospects. You have a custom folder, low ticket offers, appointment and call workflows, system workflows, and email segmentation 101. Now, they already have this set up for you just because they find that these are the main folders that you're probably going to need when it comes to launching your Course Creator 360 account. Now with leads and prospects, again, they already provide templates for you. You just have to duplicate it and then edit it yourself. One thing to point out is that you don't want to edit this main email nurture sequence or this template that was provided to you. Just because if in the future they edit it themselves, it's going to edit your funnel or reset your funnel. So make sure that you always duplicate a template before you actually work on it yourself. Now with these workflows, I'm going to hop into one of my edited workflows. So we'll go into my main email nurture sequence, which was taken from one of the templates that Course Creator 360 provided. Okay, so I literally took one of the automation templates, duplicated it, and then edited it to my product or service or my online course. So this is what it essentially looks like when it comes to looking at templates. Okay, so first you have triggers, which is this top row here. And then you have actions. So triggers are basically what's going to trigger an action. You can see the settings here as far as contact re-entry, allow multiple opportunities. Make sure you can set a specific time window. So this is going to become useful in case someone signs up at 2 a.m. You don't want to send an email or text at 2 a.m., right? So you can have a start time and end time when you want this funnel to run. You can have sender details, so this is where you'll input your information as well. Now, enrollment history, this is going to be all the events that have taken place within this specific funnel. So with it, you can see your contacts, the date that they enrolled, the current action that they're in, the current status, their next execution as part of the funnel, and you have execution logs. So you can see the statuses of different executions performed specifically by this workflow. But going back to the builder, you can have different triggers. Okay, there's a lot of different triggers that can trigger a workflow. Right now, this trigger is set up so that when a form is submitted, this sequence will launch. You could also have different actions, and there's a count. The world is your oyster when it comes to different actions. So these are all the different actions that can take place when it comes to contact related actions. So you can add a contact, add them to notes, delete a contact, remove contact followers. These are all the communication actions that can take place when a trigger is made. So you can send an email, send a text, voicemail, messenger, Instagram DM, send a WhatsApp message, book an appointment. You can send data as well. You have internal actions as well, such as if and else statements are extremely useful. I'll demonstrate that. It's actually going to my Instagram. So if and then statements are probably going to be really useful when it comes to setting for automations. And so what that looks like is here we have an Instagram state or if and then statement within one of my simple Instagram automations, where if they reply with YT Mentor, yes, then you want to respond and add a tag. But if they don't reply YT Mentor, no, then it just ends the automation. But there are a lot of different ways to segregate different contacts going through your workflows. Again, this is where it's limitless here as far as setting up all these automations go. And this is where like beginner automation workflow individuals are separated from more advanced people who know how to work out workflows. Here we have a GPT powered workflow action, Eliza, appointments, opportunities. So with opportunities, this is the action that you can use when it comes to adding someone as an opportunity. So if you know that someone signs up and they have a value of like $1,000 potential, that's when you can add them to your opportunities dashboard that we showed earlier in the video. Here with payments, you can see you can send them an invoice, send an estimate, send documents and contract. Marketing, you can add to Google Analytics, Facebook. Affiliate managers, you can add to affiliate manager, update an affiliate, add to an affiliate campaign, or remove from an affiliate campaign. Memberships, you can grant them access to a membership or course on your website. You can revoke a course offer. Communities, you can grant group access, revoke group access, grant private channel access, and revoke private channel access. You can also issue certificates as well. So as you can see, there are so many different actions that can occur on automations or workflows within Course Creator 360. So you'd have to experiment with it. I'll probably go over each of these actions within a future video. Let's move on from workflows and go into content AI. Now, I don't really use this as much. So this is basically used to generate AI content. And this is like a new feature for me. I didn't have this before when I was using Course Creator 360. So I haven't yet to use it, but it looks like they're always coming up with new updates that integrate AI. Now, moving on to sites, okay? Now, the differences between funnels and websites is that funnels, in my opinion, are used to like make someone take an action, okay? So you can generate leads, appointments, and receive payments. Funnels basically encourage someone or persuade someone to take an action. Websites to me are just to provide information. So that's like usually like your homepage, your privacy policy, your contact form. That's usually like a website where it just provides information. But once again, you have a lot of template funnels where you can just duplicate it and then edit it yourself. So if we check out one of their folders here called Our Most Successful Funnels, they have funnels from students and themselves that have worked for them. So here they have their Course Creator 360 pre-launch funnel template. And this is what it looks like. So you have all the pages here. Okay, you have all the emails included. All you gotta do is duplicate the funnel template and then click on edit. So once you edit it, this is what it's gonna look like, where it's basically like an elemental build where it's like drag and drop and it works in sections. So as you can see here, the boxes that are highlighted in orange, in purple and blue, those are the sections. And so you can just see here on the right hand side, there are a lot of different customization settings when it comes to editing this text. If you want to go ahead and add an element, this is the drag and drop sequence when it comes to website building for Course Creator 360. So you have all these different elements that you see right over here. So you have buttons, forms, headlines, paragraphs, images, videos, surveys, timers, dividers, one-step or two-step order forms as well. But I'll make it in a future video how to actually edit a website on Course Creator 360. Now with funnels, again, they basically force someone to take an action. You can see the stats of the funnel. This is a very useful page that I tend to go on a lot. So you can see their page views, often sales and earnings. Under sales, you can see how many people have made a purchase on this funnel. Security, I don't really use this as much. Events, I don't use this as much for tracking events. And then settings, you'll mostly come here when it comes to actually connecting this funnel to your website domain. So with funnels, again, it usually forces someone to take an action. Websites, Course Creator 360 provides you with their website templates that you can just duplicate and then use for your own website. So websites, again, are basically a bunch of pages. So for example, the Course Creator Pro main website template has 7 pages here. So it's like their sales page, their checkout page, and their thank you pages. And then moving on from that, there is a store option as well. I don't really use stores as much just because funnels and websites is probably what you're going to be using most. That's what I use the most. Here you have webinar funnels where you can create and manage your webinar funnels. Next, we have analytics. So with analytics, you can see your page views, opt-ins and sales and opt-in conversion rate. And you could also separate it based on the funnel. So here we have a list of all our funnels. So this is, they didn't have this before when I first initially started with Course Creator 360, but this is just a really good overview when it comes to seeing the progress of all your funnels. Now blogs, I don't know anyone that uses blogs on Course Creator 360 just because it's more of a customer relations management tool and a marketing tool. But you do have the option to start a blog if you'd like. Now WordPress, for some individuals, they prefer to still use WordPress instead of having their website on Course Creator 360. So if you want, you can do that as well, where you can activate WordPress for $14.99 per month and still use Course Creator 360. Now for Client Portal, this is going to be if you're students or people who buy your product, course, or membership. So with that, your Client Portal is basically going to be you editing like how people log in or what it looks like for people to log in into your program. So this is what a Client Portal looks like, where you can edit this to your branding, and then this is where students are going to be logging in to access their course material or their community. Next, we have forms. Now with forms, this is where all your forms are going to be housed. So these are all the forms that I have. And again, they also provide forms that you can use as templates so you don't have to start from scratch. With forms, you can analyze how many people have been opting into your forms. So forms all, you can see their total views, responses, average time, and completion rate. You can also see all the submissions across all your forms, or you can filter it by certain forms as well. So this is the webinar form. This is me as a dummy email, and you can see it was since when it was submitted, the name, the email, time zone. Now surveys are, for me, they're more like PowerPoint forms. They're kind of similar. So surveys, I don't really use this all too much. I mostly use forms, but if you want to, you do have the option to use forms as well. With quizzes, you can attach quizzes to your course. So you can create interactive quizzes that engage users, assess their knowledge, and provide real-time results. So you can add quizzes and add them to your course. Now chat widgets. Chat widget is basically this bottom right-hand thing right over here where you can add a chat widget for people to reach out to you. And you can either do an automated reply, you can reply to them via SMS or email. It's more so up to you. So if you click on new, you'll see that you can have a live chat widget, a WhatsApp chat widget, or an SMS email chat widget. And that more so comes down to how you're going to reply to the client. Next, you have QR codes. So if you want, you can create a QR code and customize your QR code. I haven't used this just yet, but I imagine it's pretty limitless as far as what you want your QR code to attach to. Maybe it's a website URL. Maybe it's to a checkout page. That's more so up to you. Now, under memberships, it's going to take you to Client Portal again, which, as I've mentioned before, looks like this. So this is just going to be people logging in and what they see when they log into your course. With that, you also have your Courses tab, which is going to be one of your most used tabs. I do check this Dashboard Courses tab a lot. So this is going to show you your sales within the past 30 days, how many members the past 30 days, how many opt-ins, and how many checkouts. So a very simple dashboard just dedicated to your courses and products. Here we have products. So this is basically where you're going to create your course. So as you can see, I have 4 courses set up right over here. But essentially what this is that you can create your product or your course. You can start from scratch. You can import from Kajabi. So if we click on Start from Scratch, we'll say build your own. You can create a sprint course, membership, or marathon course. We'll say test course, then create product. Now what this looks like is that you have your course structure, okay? So these are the categories that it's in, and then underneath each of these categories, you can add a lesson, a subcategory, an assessment, or add a certificate. You'll mostly be adding lessons, and you could also go ahead and publish it, draft it, lock it, or drip the course as well. Drip simply means that your course is going to be available to students who sign up over a certain period of time. I don't really use this, and I don't know anyone who uses this. You could also lock certain courses, just like that. And then details, you would just set up the details. Customize, you can customize your course on how it looks. So right now there's 4 pre-built templates on how your course will look. So if you want to go ahead and see what your course will look like using these templates, you can simply just click on or preview right over here in the top right hand corner. You can see that there's a discussion, there's a learning tab, a members tab, events tab, a leaderboard tab where you can track the activity in the past 30 days of members within your community. And then you can toggle and switch between different groups within Course Creator 360 as well. But it's really neat that they have this option though, which just because communities is going to be absolutely huge when it comes to people signing up for your course. You could also set up certificates. So with certificates, if someone completes a course, you can provide or issue a certificate once they complete the course. Now Go Collab Marketplace, I don't really know what this is used for as much, but it looks like you can add your community to Collab ecosystem, so it's discoverable by hundreds of thousands of users on Go Collab. So it's basically placing your community, I believe, within this congregation platform of other communities so that they can be discovered by other users on Go Collab. Now, media storage is where all your videos, your files are going to be placed. And right now it's limitless, so you don't have to worry about taking up too much storage on right over here. Next, we have reputation. Reputation, I don't really use all too much just because I tend to get reviews manually and not really integrated within Course Creator 360. But they do have the option though if you'd like to use it. Now, if you click on reporting, this is going to give you an overview when it comes to Google Ads reports, Facebook Ads reports, call reports, agent reports, or appointment reports. So if you don't use Google Ads or Facebook Ads or call reports or agent reports, then this tab really isn't going to be as useful for you. I don't really tend to use it as much either. Now, the 90-minute bootcamp, this right here is going to be available for you, especially if you do decide to sign up using my link down below. This is just a 90-minute bootcamp where it goes through a series of 14 steps that helps you get started with Course Creator 360. So with this 90-minute bootcamp, it is included if you sign up using the link down below, and you're also going to be getting a 30-day free trial. But you can see here, for example, with step 1, they have a checklist of things here that are more actionable, that are basically essential when it comes to getting started or completing this lesson. So for example, for step 1, you're going to book an onboarding call where they set up your DNS, domains, and emails. You're going to complete the template filler form. So it's a questionnaire that you fill out so that all their AI templates on Course Creator 360 work properly for you. And then you're going to join the CC360 community as well. These right here are additional services that Course Creator 360 provides. So you can pay to have your funnel and website migrated. You can hire a CC360 expert. You can get your course migrated, and you can apply for their platinum plan, which is like a above tier plan for Course Creator 360 members. But this 90-minute bootcamp though is absolutely phenomenal. It's really easy, especially for people who aren't tech savvy and for beginners. Check it out, it's included. Now here we have the Course Creator 360 template hub. So one of the main features of Course Creator 360 is that they include so many templates for you, and the best part is that these templates have been proven to work. So here they have a 6-day launch sequence template, Course Creator Pro Classic Lead Gen template, the automation bundle. I mean, just take a look at all the different templates that are included with Course Creator 360. And this is where you can find all those templates. Email stats are basically just going to show you the email deliverability stats when it comes to automations being sent out via email. So here you can see how many have been delivered, suppressed, failed, dropped, how many have been opened, bounced, or complained. You always want to make sure that you have healthy emails. And the good thing with Course Creator 360 is that they actually do keep a close eye on your email analytics, just so that if at any time your email analytics don't look good, they actually email you and work with you to help your emails get delivered more, to help your emails not get suppressed. So they do keep an eye on that as well. Now, moving on to the settings tab of Course Creator 360, you have a place to edit your profile, billing. My Staff is going to be where you can add more members to your Course Creator 360 account. And you could actually make it so that if you click on Add Employee, you can set different roles and permissions. So let's say you don't want someone to see your automations, you can toggle this off. Let's say that you don't want someone that you add to see your contacts, you can toggle that off as well. So there's a variety of different permissions that you can toggle on and off, so that when you do add someone on your team onto Course Creator 360, they'll only have access to the things that you want them to have access to. Now with opportunities and pipelines, you can allow different owners of contacts and their opportunities, which means that maybe you want to create opportunities for certain clients, you can actually add them to that as well. Now for business services, they have an automation tab right over here. I'll be honest, I'm probably venturing into new territory as well. I don't really use this automation tab too much, but it looks like you can subscribe to Workflow Pro and get 10,000 free premium actions and triggers every month. You have calendars. Calendars you're definitely going to be using if you have an appointment set up basis, if you have appointments being set up. So here you can see a list of all your calendars, and if you click on Create Calendar, you can see you can do a personal booking, class booking, round robin, or collective booking. So you can see the description for each of these calendars as well. Voice AI agents, I don't really use all too much just yet. Conversation AI, I also don't use all too much. Email services, phone numbers, and WhatsApps. That's where you're going to be setting up your email, phone numbers, and WhatsApp. For other settings, custom fields, I don't really use this all too much, but it's more so a way to have like a global edit. So for example, if you type in contact first name like this in brackets, it's going to autofill the first name of that contact. Okay, so this is usually already set up by default, but it's good to know that you can customize it if you want. Custom values, I don't really yet edit all too much as well, but they do have it so that you can add, edit, or delete your custom values as shown right over here. Now for scoring, this is going to tie to that email scoring I was talking about earlier. So this is extremely important. And again, this is already set up for you. So if an email is open, you can add 1 point to the contact. If an appointment status is confirmed, you can add 1 point. This is already set up for you, but it's just an engagement score to understand how engaged contacts are compared to other contacts. Domains, URL directs, and integrations. Let's start with integrations actually. So Course Creator 360 can integrate with all these apps that you see here. So WooCommerce, LinkedIn, Wave, Stripe, Shopify, QuickBooks, Facebook, and Instagram. The one that I recommend you definitely connect is probably your Google account and also your Facebook and Instagram account. Everything else, yes, Stripe too, definitely connect that if you want to accept payments. But everything else is optional in my opinion, especially if you don't use it. If you don't use QuickBooks, Shopify, TikTok, then there's no reason to actually connect it. Now tags, you can see a universal location for all your tags that you've created on your Course Creator 360 account. So these are all the tags that I've created and you can see them all in one place. Now labs is going to be basically like their beta test features. So sometimes features will appear here and you can toggle them on or off if you want to go ahead and be a beta tester for that feature. So you can see all the different features that are currently being worked on by Course Creator 360. You would just have to toggle it on and off. Now audit logs is going to be the master list of all the things that have taken place on your website. Okay. So this is a master list of everything that has taken place from your team and yourself. So you can see this right here, it's me. So it's just a good place to actually go ahead and see all the changes that have been made on your website via the audit log. And lastly, we have companies and brand boards, which I really don't use all too much. I really don't think you have to tweak with this at all. But with brand boards, this is basically like setting up your colors of how you want to personalize your text, colors, and other brand essentials. So with that, you can create a new brand board and all the branding on your Course Creator 360 can help mimic that. So you can see they have some template or they have some suggested brand colors here that you can use and click on continue and then edit this to your liking as far as what colors you want to be used when it comes to setting up different websites or landing pages or emails on Course Creator 360. But that's essentially it as far as me going over all the tools and features with Course Creator 360. I hope this gave you a good look as far as what this software is able to do for you. And if you're ready to jump into Course Creator 360, I do invite you to use my link down below in order to sign up, just so that you can get a free 30-day trial and also the 90-day free bootcamp, which helps you get kickstarted with Course Creator 360. If you've made it up to this far, everyone, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.